morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my fellow chingus. Welcome to the second episode of Chimaek Hangout, where we discover and discuss of fresh K-pop goodness from music to foods. This show is recorded on 13 May 2020. You're with me, Zaito, and
Lucas.
Alright, Lucas, before we go into our topic for this episode, how were you?
I am fine. I've always been fine. You know that.
And how was last week?
Last week's you mean last week's episode or last week in general?
In general, include with your episodes.
Last week in general was, as you know, I'm working. So yeah, I've been tired. And last week's episode is quite interesting for me. In my opinion, it's interesting. It is.
Okay. In that case, we shall get in what's fresh for today.
So today's sizzling music, or basically what we call the Sizzling Versus, we have two artists for today, which is Natty with the song 19 and Bol4, or in Korean they're called Bolbbalgan4 feat. Baekhyun of EXO with the song Leo. And today's main dish topic is our favorite SNSD, SNSD's everlasting friendship with their manager that just got married. And the second one is how can idols prepare a concert in this pandemic?
Yeah. So that's a very interesting question we have there. We'll look into that in a while more. In part 2, that is. Alright, so moving on from there, we shall get into Sizzling Versus. So for any of you guys who are listening to this for the first time, basically Sizzling Versus is where we compare two songs which are released within 2 weeks time, which can be any singer, boy group, girl group, solos. So as how Lucas mentioned, it is Natty and Bol4. Lucas, which one shall we start with first?
I think I should start with okay, so last week I started with you talking about Theo. I think I should start today with Bol4.
Bol4, Bolbbalgan4. Alright, will you like to do the honor of giving the intro this time, or will you like me to do it this time?
Could you do the intro instead? I'm not good at doing intro.
Alright, as this is just a second, I'm going to train him to do an intro one day. You'll see. So for Bol4 itself, their debut on 2016, appeared on Superstar K6 in 2014 before signing on a contract with their current agency, So Far Music. As of currently now, or should I say last year, the duo have already been awarded and win an award that is for Best Vocal Performance Group for their song Born, as well as their previous album 25 with the title song Workaholic, which is very very nice, had won a total of 6 music shows.
Yes.
And as mentioned, Bol4 was originally a duo consisting of 2 people, Ang Ji-yeon and Woo Ji-yoon. However, something happened. Lucas, what happened early of April this year?
It was reported. Well, it's already reported. It was reported that they both split. Yeah, from the group itself.
From the group itself, I see. To any of you guys who haven't heard about this news, basically the breakup was I would say a peaceful breakup between the duo, where Woo Ji-yoon announced that due to insecurities and a discussion between the duo, that is, now Bol4 is already a one-member artist. So before we start this podcast just now, Lucas have a little bit of debate regarding to this. Please blast it off, Lucas.
But it's not like a debate. It's just my opinion on things, because there's a lot of opinions going around in the internet with the netizens around the world saying that Ang Ji-yoon was the star of the group and Woo Ji-yoon was the backup how do you call it, backup vocals, and she was not supposed to shine. For me, because they were friends ever since Superstar K6, I knew them. I didn't know them. I watched them, and for me it was a peaceful breakup. Yes, it was a peaceful breakup, but you know, you can't stop netizens from commenting about the group, saying, oh, Woo Ji-yoon should be doing this, should be doing more, and An Ji-young should be doing, as equal. Because it was stated that Woo Ji-yoon was the guitar player, so as a guitar player, she should be the backup vocal. I don't know. It's for me, because personally for me, An Ji-young is she has a beautiful voice compared to Woo Ji-yoon. I don't know. It's my opinion. Don't you guys don't bash me. Don't bash me saying that I know Woo Ji-yoon's vocals are good. No, she is good. She's good at rapping. She's good at singing. But maybe the star shone too bright on An Ji-young. That's why she's been getting more and more attention.
Yep.
So that is my piece for the breakup. It's not a debate. It's just an opinion.
Okay, because it sounded like a debate to me earlier before the podcast.
Yeah, no. I might sound angry because like I said, some of the netizens has been saying this and that. Or would you got ignored by one of the fans, because she's not that popular. All those things.
Okay, to put it much more in summary wise, what Lucas has said and what I can add in, basically what he's saying is the star has been shined at the main vocal, where Woo Ji-yoon itself has already become something like a side character, a side character itself. So due to that, as how I mentioned earlier, due to this, it has become much more insecure for her, where she started to learn dancing, where she started to rap. Although she does rap before we even know about it, but she tried to improve on sides that are not required for main vocals to do.
Yep.
Which could be good, but at the same time, isn't good enough for her.
Like I said, because the star has been shown too bright. It is too bright until the shadow can't keep up. That kind of thing. So
then I will just add in an extra question here.
Okay.
Can we blame the company from this? Can we blame the company for this issue?
I have no comments. No, because it's your questions are very dangerous.
Yes, I know it's very, very dangerous. I know it's dangerous.
You might get me in trouble. You might get me in trouble.
You don't want to answer that, but I will give a little bit of opinion regarding to this. I will say that if you want to blame the company, I won't say 100%, but at least 50% will be due to them. Because mainly if you see inside MV, which is directed by the MV director as well as arranged by the company, like I would say 80% An Ji-young and just about 20% we see Woo Ji-yoon inside there playing guitar.
Yeah, it's true.
Or doing something special a little bit. That's all.
It's true. I understand your point.
Yes. So as I mentioned in our previous episode, MV to any K-pop fans, to a non-K-pop fans, it is the thing that attract all of us. If you are doing it this way, of course, who is the main character, that's the one who's getting the most attention.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's true.
And basically, this thing started since the very first beginning. It means their debut itself already.
Yeah, correct. It has been written. That's what I can say. It's been written by the company and maybe unconsciously by Bol4 themselves. Because An Ji-young, as I know, she was the main vocalist. Woo Ji-yoon was the guitar player, and like I said, I think it was made unconsciously. So Woo Ji-yoon might not shine as bright, but I didn't know that she didn't get that much attention from the public, until An Ji-young was that popular.
I can see that already since the beginning, because if any of you who are a Bol4 fans out there, you will see inside the MV, I won't say it's very, very weird, but I would say the ratio that they are given isn't what can be expected when it is a duo itself. Although you say one is a guitarist, one is a singer,
It's true.
don't you think a guitarist should be given much more chance? Example like we will say Day6 itself. Day6 is a rock band, but everyone get a chance to actually shine. Although some of them do not even have a lyrics or line during that period, there is a way to show them like playing a guitar properly, playing it with fashion. I don't know. Envy can be anything, right? Usually.
When you say Day6, we also talk about FT Island. FT Island is one of the oldest bands. Not rock. I think more of I think pop, R&B, maybe some rock. So yeah, they individually they have their own attention. So everybody loves them equally. But yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Like I said, maybe it was made unconsciously by them, but made obvious by the company. You know, I want you to be this. I want you to be this. But unconsciously, they will be like, I'm the singer because I know how to sing. You're a guitarist because you can play the guitar better than me.
Okay, with that, we'll put this opinion and discussion to a hold and stop here. So to anyone who are listening, if you have anything that you feel like you support us, you disagree with us, let us know. If you're listening from Anchor, you can drop us a voice message which is already open right now. Just let us know what you think and we may just include it in our next record to listen to. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next on the new album, Youth Diary 2. Oh my god. This is one, I would say, a kind of special way to start as a solo where they actually have 2 title songs. Yes, the 2 title songs. I can't imagine. One is Leo, one is Hug. So for today, Hug, which is released as when this podcast is recorded, I won't discuss much on that, but it is the main song where Ang Jeon will be singing, and we may discuss it a little bit. Well, maybe a little bit since I already listened to this song.
You listen it without me?
Of course. Why can't I listen it without you? You have your own YouTube, my friend.
But I was working and I didn't have time.
Don't bring private life into here.
Okay.
Just joking. Okay, although he hasn't listened to it, he can still give it his opinion if you want. But I'll just put Hug aside because Hug is a song where I think it will be a little bit much more on a girlish side.
Hasn't she been girly ever since back in the day?
But you have, if you listen to Workaholic was one best song.
Workaholic for me is one of the songs that for me that shows her serious side. Because we, like the title of the song say workaholic, you know, she likes to work. We are at some point a workaholic ourselves. So we understand what she's going through and what the lyrics is talking about.
So to put it much more simple and just to give you a description, Leo is a song where it is about a relaxing love song that fits this warm spring season which are currently on, where inside that the Leo is a Korean title which is read in between the word of butterfly and cats. That will explain a little bit of why the MV ended with a cat picture.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I am wondering why is it ending with a cat picture. If I don't do my research, I don't even know what the hell it is about.
Yeah. I was watching the music video a couple of days back. The music video is nice. How come there's a cat there? The cat shouldn't be there. It should be her face.
Yeah, and the CGI is made so cute with blushes. Somehow I was wondering what the heck is this. Then when you realize that it means by butterfly and cats with the Korean title called Leo, then you understand what the hell this is about.
Because before the Korean title came out, it was just Leo. And when the bracket came, which is what you said just now, I said, oh, okay, now I understand why the cat's there.
That's why the cat is there. So to put it much more inside, I'll go first to give my opinion. Leo, basically, it comes back with the signature sonic style as how Workaholic was done. It means it is done with much more like a experimental, a much more mature and groove sound, which I like a lot, especially with Baekhyun's voice in it. My god, the soft slick tone. I'll just give that pretty much for now. So what you think about the songs itself?
I can't believe you just describe Baekhyun's voice as slick and what?
Why?
No.
It goes very well in the song. What's wrong with that?
It just sounded wrong to me. For me. But yeah, for me, my opinion on the song is it's more vibrant then the songs that she released 2-3 years ago, it was not as happy as this one. This one is much more relaxed and with Baekhyun's voice, which has relaxed too for me. So it goes well together with Anji or Bol4.
Bol4, yes. So I'll just go a little bit into the lyrics itself. As we mentioned just now, this song is a love song itself. A love song that is fit for spring, relaxing. But when you look into the lyrics, do you find anything, Lucas, in the lyrics actually currently? When you listen to it, that is, or you just find it is a smooth song with simple meanings?
For me, I try to relate the title of the song and the lyrics. It's like, if you once owned a cat before, you can see how curious a cat could be. Which there's a saying to it, saying curious. I forgot the saying. I am so sorry. I speak English, but I forgot what's the phrase. But yeah, if you own a cat, you could see how curious it can be when it finds something interesting. Where in this song particularly, it finds a butterfly and it'll be like, oh, okay, that's nice. Like in the lyrics, they said, those beautiful wings, where did they come from? If you ever have, I don't know if you ever own a cat. Do you own a cat?
No.
Do you not? You don't own any cat?
No, I don't own a cat. I only own a hamster so far, I guess.
Oh yeah, you have a hamster. How can I forget that?
How can you forget my little Tenny?
Yeah, that's why.
My little Tenny.
I still cringe the moment you gave the name to your hamster.
Okay, that we'll talk about it later on. Move back to this. Okay? Alright, so back to this. As how Lucas mentioned, how a curious cat is. But in between, he forgot to mention another part, which is regarding to the butterfly.
Oh yeah.
So basically, the butterfly in here view as a cat to the butterfly who is flying freely, who is having their free time and looking very beautiful with those purple wings. So you can say it is a relaxing song where the cat, or should I say basically the person, a girl or boy, fell in love with something very beautiful that looks so free, that has a freedom. I'll put it simple instead.
Yeah, because you fly with your wings and you fly to freedom.
On another side here, as we mentioned, what about the MV itself?
Oh, the MV is superb, man. That's my kind of MV. A bit old school. I might add, a bit old school, not the typical happy-go-lucky girl group music video you've been seeing for the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years, or for our 10 years. But yeah, I mean, it's very old school. It's not the typical, even not the typical IU-ish kind of music video. It's very vibrant. It's very old school. I mean, for me, it's my style. I like it. I love it.
Pretty simple. He just like to look at the girl walking around, singing, looking pretty, right?
Anjiyoung is pretty. You cannot deny that.
But
she is.
But my friend, you said something before the podcast that I don't think I'll bring on air, lah.
Wow. Okay. What you know? I don't remember what I said like 30 minutes ago.
You said that during their competition, superstar.
Keep quiet. Keep quiet.
Okay, I will not bring on air.
That's an opinion between me and you.
Okay.
That should be kept in a box and locked with a key and throw the key at the sea.
Okay. Alright. So for me, the MV itself, it looks vibrant, and I'll say it once more, although it is gonna hurt, it looks better than Taeyeon's MV. I won't say much because from what I know and from what I see as a standard human being, as a non-K-pop fan, or as I can say, I'm not a real Bol4 fan itself, so I will look at this as basically a normal fan. A normal who love K-pop but don't really get into a group because everyone have their own fandom. I'll say that much. Although some of us have multi-fandom like me, but sadly to say, Bol4 isn't one of it in that list at this moment. We will never know what comes.
How can you?
Yeah. But the issue
It's Bol4, man.
It's Bol4.
It's Bol4. How can you not like Bol4?
I'll just say one thing. I love her voice, but sometimes the pitch when it goes at some moments,
It's not to your liking.
it's not to my liking, yes. So the MV itself, in terms of MV, I love it. And I can say it's much better than Taeyeon's. Reason, I can see the effort that was put into it to make, as how Lucas said, vibrant, energetic, girlish. For a lady who is already reached a certain age, to still show a girlish side that is include with maturities in it is a whole new different. Instead for Taeyeon, sorry for saying this, for bringing this up, but Taeyeon's, I'm just very sad lah. Just very, very sad.
Why are you sad? Oh, okay, I understand. Yeah, because of the first episode.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I shouldn't say anything more.
And just to add up, if you haven't actually watched this MV, you can give it a chance, watch it. The song is actually very good. Like how I say just now, Baekhyun's voice is a very good addition into this song. Without it, I think it's missing some element, right or not, Lucas? Without his voice in it.
Without his voice in it, yeah, you can say that. Or okay, yeah, you can say that. You have my opinion.
And Lucas, have you listened, or basically you haven't listened, have you already have a chance to get a glimpse of the other title song, Hug?
I only had the chance to look at the trailer, comeback teaser for Hug. That's the only thing, man, and not the music video. But I know, I trust your gut saying that it's good. I'll be watching it. I'll be watching it when this podcast ends.
If that's the only thing you have, it's okay. In that case, I will get back to you on the next episode. I'll question you a little bit on this to see what you think about it. Alright?
Bro, don't question me. I'm not in school anymore.
I will just ask you to see how do you think about it, because we still need to know.
Yeah, okay.
Because for me, the MV itself is a very good MV because it's separating basically something like how a human body works when a girl fell in love, that is. I'll put a simple description as that. So today is just the first release. To any guys of you who are listening, it is already released at least a few days already. You can just head to the YouTube and listen to it if you want. Alright, moving on to the second contestant. Our second contestant is... Yes, this is a competition already. Our second contestant for Sizzling Versus is Natty. Any of you guys know? On April of 6, Natty have announced that she is signing a contract with Swing Entertainment and is preparing for debut, which is basically last week, I can say, 7th of May 2020. For your information, Natty is a Thailand citizen, basically a Thai singer and dancer currently under the Swing Entertainment with the new single 19.
Yep.
So Lucas, I would like to know, do you know the history of Natty? How far do you know? Then we'll see how we can bring it up from there.
I only know that she's from 16. That's the only history I know. And that's the only thing I know. She's from 16.
So to put a short summary, 16 is actually where Twice is being found and made. So in 16, which is 2015, she is a contestant in there since she's under JYP Entertainment previously. And before she was able to debut, she was eliminated in episode 11.
That far? She went that far? Episode 11?
Yes, she went that far.
She might have debuted with Twice.
Yes, but she didn't. Reason is due to age. That's one of the reasons that why JYP did not choose. From what we listened from the show, that is.
So back then, how old was she?
If I remember correctly, her age was 13?
Oh, man.
Oh man. However, she did come back to Korea to try once more in 2017 for Idol School. So basically, after 16 end, she actually left JYP not long after that. And there are articles out there, you can actually look on that. When she came to Idol School, the same thing happened again. Episode 11, eliminated.
It's like a curse more than a blessing.
I have no idea what to say, but this is pretty much what happened. But thankfully, after Idol School, she was able to get a contract with Swing Entertainment. That's the good thing. That's the thankful part. I can't say more, but that's the thankful part. At least she did debut this year, 2020.
at least she had a happy ending at the end. You know, she signed into a new entertainment company.
Correct.
That hopefully treats her right, like how a company should treat a solo artist right in every way.
You are listening to this is because he has already seen too many dramatic things happening until he can actually give this kind of words, right? You know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because there's a lot of solo artists there that is very talented, but the company itself, no comments about it, man. I have a lot of comments, but I don't think so. It's gonna be good in this podcast.
Yep, so we just keep it short and nice. Since we do not have much regarding to the achievement, we will just break into the music itself. The music and lyrics. Lucas,
The music.
give your opinion.
Do you want my honest opinion on the music?
Please do.
If you want my honest opinion on the, it's a good try for me on her being a solo artist. It's a really brave thing to do. And for me, it's not up my standard of being a solo artist. I mean, the song doesn't bring me to her. You know, like how it brought Natty when watching 16. It doesn't bring me closer. I don't know. I just don't feel the music. That's my opinion. The lyrics itself is very good.
Okay.
It has a meaning. It has a meaning behind it. It's about love. For me, it's about love. Yeah, it's about loving to each other. That's my opinion on the song and the meaning behind the lyrics. For me, I don't know why we have been talking about lyrics that has love in it. Is it because
I have no idea. Recently, the debut, everything, the songs are like this.
Is it because we are still single?
Maybe. Shh, keep quiet. Don't let people know.
Secret is a secret. No.
But you already say so loud. Anyone who are listening to this podcast will know. My God.
I'm still single. Still single. Yes, I can say that I'm still single, but I won't reveal my age. Nice try. You won't get it out of me.
Alright, so for my side here, the music itself is well done in a way that is actually a song which is produced basically by Brave Brothers, which is one of the producer that's well known. It sounds funky, it sounds fun. I can say that much on the whole production itself. But however, like how Lucas said, it doesn't have that punch that it is needed. Although the sounds good and the lyrics itself is basically, I can put it in simple words, love yourself at the age of 19. Break through from who you are and love yourself, start something new. Basically, the debut is asking herself to actually start a new journey. As simple as that. But the tone of the song isn't really up to what I expect as a first debut song. Like some of the one that we have listened quite recently or last year itself, some that has just debuted not long ago. Some are really well done, but this one,
it doesn't catch your attention. Am I right to say that?
Yes.
As a solo artist, you should grab the attention. I don't want to give example, but as a solo artist, because you are there alone, you know what I mean? You should shine more than everybody out there. That's my opinion on being a solo artist. I'm not a solo artist. I can't sing. I only sing inside the bathroom.
So for this, the comparison that can be made is actually maybe Chungha's debut. Chungha's debut is one of the one that has said, whoa, this is good. So for that part, I would say this can't be done much.
But isn't that too strong compared with Natty?
You can't say much because a solo is a solo. Because as much as I want to say, both of them are dancers. We don't take the vocal side, we take as dancers wise. I would say Chungha is a better choice than so currently now. And talking about those things, I want to move into the MV. What the heck is the MV director doing? That's what I'm wondering. What the heck is the MV director doing? Her strong point is dancing, but the focus on dancing is just like so minimum. It's more like showing her running around, singing, looking around. Yes, it's vibrant, but where's the dance?
Not so much dance in the music video, is it?
Yes.
That's what I expected in a solo artist. but there is represent so much. That's why I can't give my she just doesn't grab my attention as a solo artist and as a dancing artist. Yeah, as a dancer basically.
Then I don't know what to say really. The MV itself is pretty much very very bad done. Even though it looks good, but it does not capture what she is. Maybe I can say her real self. It does not capture her real self.
I would give the music 4 out of 5. I would give the MV 4 out of 5 because it's a typical dancer or typical solo artist music video 4 out of 5. But overall I would give around maybe 3 because I'm there but I'm not there. She's there to catch my attention but I'm just looking away, looking at something else.
Correct. That portion is very very correct. So with that, we'll just move on like usual. Sizzling Versus. Who do you think should be at the top?
Oh bro, Bol4.
Bol4. Agree, right? Bol4.
Yeah, Bol4 of course.
Okay, to put it much more simple, the debut of Natty is good. However, Bol4, although the song is much more on the mild side, but as a jazz love song, it's a well done, which we take terms including of the MV itself, and you can listen to our opinions. Although we may be a little bit biased on the MV itself, but even taking terms of their personality, one's a dancer, one's a singer, who's doing the better job, Bol4.
Yeah.
Yep. So with that, we'll just end the first part at here. We'll be moving on to the second part in a short while after a short break. So stay tuned guys, drink some water, get some rest. You can come back afterwards or you can go listen to some of the MVs that we have mentioned currently for this Sizzling Versus, and see you in part 2. Let's go!
Hello guys, like what you're listening to? Please do follow us on our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram page. Links are in the description, and let's move on to part 2.
Welcome back to Chimaek Hangout part 2. Welcome back. So for this part this time, for our main dish topic that is, we're gonna start with a small little questions which is related to one of the article that I saw recently. How do idol going to do concert in this pandemic that is?
How are they gonna prepare their concert during this COVID-19 pandemic?
Yes, everyone is getting basically movement control, circuit breaker, lockdown, quarantine.
But does it apply also in Korea? Or is it as strict as it? But it's not as strict in Korea, right? It's not as strict as Malaysia as it is in Korea.
Yes, it is not as strict as in Malaysia, but it is something similar to Singapore.
Yeah. So you can still move around.
But due to that, they actually have a second outbreak due to it.
Oh man,
right? That's why I bring this question up. And this question is actually linked to an article that I saw recently, which is regarding to Kpop preparing to return as an online concert in June. So first, my question to Lucas, since we have been doing this podcast, live broadcasting, radio,
okay,
and so far we have tried out a few kind of software and applications to actually do this recording, which one do you think that preferable to actually do a concert on?
Wow. As you know, I'm not a technical guy, so...
Okay, I'll give you options. It will be much easier, okay?
Okay.
Google Hangout,
Alright.
Skype,
Alright.
Discord,
Okay.
and pretty much, I guess, Zoom.
Zoom. I wouldn't recommend Zoom. Because you know why? Zoom is not up to my standard. Even though Zoom is good for meeting, but I guess it's not good when there's too many people inside the video call itself.
Yeah, we are talking about millions.
Yeah, I would rather have maybe Google Hangout because it has a larger database.
Okay, then I will just bring up another question. This is actually brought up in one of the V-Live in Twice. They did mention something similar to actually this concert itself. How to do a concert inside this pandemic that is. So as you mentioned, Google Hangout, but imagine this. Idol themselves will like to listen to the crowd screaming, cheering. How are you going to solve that issue?
I do not know. No, can we unmute ourselves during the concert itself? We can, right? Doing Google Hangout.
Yes, we can unmute ourselves to do this. But imagine this, when they are trying to cheer doing the fan chant, you're gonna have like different synchronization.
It's gonna be buffing.
Yes. I was wondering, this is gonna be very, very funny if we try to do a concert using Google Hangout or something similar like this. It's gonna be a disaster.
It's the same. It's the same too. If we were to use Discord, don't you think so?
But in Discord, from what I can imagine, is much stable because Discord is built for streaming gaming. So the delay there is much lesser. This is a technical guy talking. So to any of you guys who actually do not understand why I'm saying this, is because Discord itself is actually a build platform for gaming, for streaming. It's much more stable compared to Google Hangout. But in video wise, it's kind of bad, I'll be honest.
Yeah, true. I can vouch for that. It's kind of bad.
So any idea? Or you imagine if they do Skype call where every seat put with an iPad just to make sure that all of it sync, so the fan can sing, they can hear and they can watch. Does that sound crazy to you?
It sounded crazy when the article came out. As in, they were saying, "Oh, KCON, we want to do KCON online," which is good, which is okay. I'm up for it, but please don't add our fan chants inside. Like, don't unmute ourselves just because the fans. We could fan chant in our own home. I mean, that's my opinion.
That I agree. That is no issue. KCON, I can surely say they won't do that. However, from what I'm imagining right now, because from the perspective as idol, although I'm not an idol, but we have seen idols saying that fan chants are what brings them the energy to perform. So imagining this, how will that be able to be done? Because with our current technology in the present day, it should be enough to do something like that, right?
Should be, but I wouldn't recommend it still. I wouldn't recommend. No, serious. I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't recommend people doing fan chants during the online concert. If I'm not mistaken, the KCON is gonna be out in June.
Yeah, it says to be June.
I wouldn't recommend the fan chants just because I don't feel like it's a good idea. I would rather fan chant at home, and the only person that would be screaming is your mom and dad because it's too noisy. Yeah, you know.
All right.
I would
Understandable on that portion.
I would live for that because they wouldn't understand how we felt back in the day. They wouldn't understand still we felt 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend the fan chants on either Google Hangout. I don't really think Skype would hold that much of a capacity. I don't think so.
I can't be certain regarding to that because I do not have any information on that. But still, the idea of having a fan chant as a feedback to the concert is a very, very nice idea. It's just that, as how Lucas say,
it is a nice idea.
but right now we do not know how we are gonna do it. So for now, who is gonna give some applause and fan chants to Lucas? I will. There you go, Lucas.
At last, I got an applause.
Oh my god. Or maybe you need something like this since you say you're single and lonely.
I would only accept that to my current bias.
Oh my god. Alright, talking about your current bias, how about we move on to one of your first bias?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Is this the news that was kind of viral during the I think it's about the wedding, is it? The manager's wedding.
Yeah, the wedding. And you just received a kiss.
But she's not here in front of me.
What you expect? You just received a kiss. Okay, to any of you guys who do not understand what we're talking about, we're actually talking about the second topic we are actually discussing.
Yeah.
Regarding the everlasting friendship between girls' generation and their manager on the manager's wedding. So from what we know and what we have seen, there are a total of 7 members who actually attended the wedding and actually sung Kissing You on the wedding itself.
Oh my god. Back then it was my favorite music video. Kissing You was one of my favorite ones.
The Candy looked so young.
But Tiffany wasn't there. So I first fell in love with Tiffany because of this. It wasn't Sooyoung back in the day. It was Tiffany. But then I don't know how Sooyoung just caught my heart.
For me, actually, the person who caught my heart firstly was the Ice Princess.
Ice Princess Jessica.
It was kind of sad that suddenly those drama happened years ago, but still I can't say anything. But after that, the high vocal little girl.
High vocal, dolphin screaming. What can you describe? High vocal, dolphin screaming, and Ice
Beyonce.
Princess Jessica Jung. Is that it?
No, I'm referring to another person already.
Oh, okay. You're referring to the other Beyonce, okay?
Yeah, I'm referring to Beyonce, the Beyonce girl, not the
Not the Ice.
yeah, not the Ice Princess. If you guys who do not know why I'm saying Beyonce is actually a nickname of Taeyeon, that is just for your information if you're not a Sowon. Alright, in this story, they actually sing Kissing You. And what do you think of the remake or the rearrangement of Kissing You for this short singing, Lucas?
It was cringy because you know why? They look cute. Okay, when was the music video released? I think 2008, 2007, 2008.
Yeah, around there.
So it's like what? 20. So it's like 12 years ago. It's 12 years ago. So they were cute back then with Tiffany short hair, so-called plum cheek Sooyoung. So they were very cute.
Wait. Are you saying plum chick or you're saying baby fats?
Okay, baby fats.
Okay, baby fats. Don't say plum chick. Plum chick hurt girls a lot. If we have any listeners who are ladies, they got to feel it, you know. Imagine if one day one of the girls listen to it, you say plum chicks.
But you shouldn't be hurt about this. I mean, it's cute. For me, it's cute. But like I said, 12 years ago it was cute. Them doing it now, they look beautiful as ever. But it's cringy because that's a song when you guys were like what, 19, 18, 19, 20-ish.
Does that include you?
Include me? What do you mean?
Ish, he skipped the question. Damn it.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. I didn't understand the reference, but yes, now I know. Yes.
I thought we gonna get his age. Damn it.
Nobody would know how old am I. Some people might think I'm too young. Some people might think I'm too old. Some people might think I'm in the middle. But who knows?
Moving back into this, with the picture that was posted by Soohyung, seeing the picture, seeing your bias, since the first year they debuted with basically the second song Kissing You, and now, what's the difference? You say from cute to beautiful. Anything else you want to add on to your beautiful Soohyung?
I was hoping she doesn't have a boyfriend, but she does have a boyfriend. I was just hoping back in the day that please stop dating him. But that was the immature me. But I've grown. Whatever. Soohyung has a beautiful, or I can call him beautiful. Yeah, he's beautiful. He's a beautiful boy.
I can't agree more. He is beautiful.
He's not the definition for me. He's not the definition of handsome. He's beautiful.
I think I will much more say in the middle instead of both ways. I'll say in the middle. Can be beautiful, can be handsome. Because if you check on the dramas, I forgot which one was it. There's one part where he actually need to act or disguise or something a little bit like a girl.
Okay.
If you guys know which one it is, while listening to this, Tulu left us a comment somewhere where you're listening from. Then we'll try to check it out later on.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't retract my opinion about him. He's still a beautiful guy. He's not a handsome guy. I have my own definition of handsome guys, even though I'm not. I don't lean that way, but yeah, I have my opinions on handsome guys or hot guys. Once again, I'm not leaning that way. I'm straight as a ruler. Don't worry.
Okay, while for me, as I mentioned earlier, Taeyeon is my bias inside SNSD until today. Although I bash her a lot for her recent MV, she's still my bias. And
But Taeyeon hasn't changed over the years. She's still short.
how dare you?
No, I'm speaking the truth. I mean, okay, who's the tallest in SNS? It's Soohyung, and it hasn't changed since then. Who's the shortest? Actually, Sunny is the shortest, but still, they are still the same. It's like 1 cm or 2 cm difference of height. But you know what I mean. But she is cute, Taeyeon.
She is cute, she is beautiful. But to your previous statement just now, I would like to ask, for their age and your age, although there are difference, but during that time, do you grow anymore at your age currently? Are you still growing taller?
Currently, of course not.
Not right.
Of course not. But
And then for their age, what do you expect?
no, I mean, they could grow. They could grow, but I don't know. Maybe yes. Like Sunny used to tell us, she was born cute and short, and she wants to keep it that way.
Are you referring to yourself as well? And me also?
I'm not short. I'm considered short for a guy. But okay, all you guys have is my height. I'm short, but I'm not that short. Yeah, you guys are gonna get. I'm not gonna reveal everything about myself from now on.
To put it in a much more clearer sense, me and Lucas, we are almost the same height.
I'm a bit taller.
To put it that simple.
I'm a bit taller.
Yeah, you're a bit taller than me, but we are almost the same height.
Yes, I'm a bit taller. At least I got that pride. I have that pride in me, man. I wouldn't want people to be a bit taller than me. If not, my neck hurts.
You don't. If you come to Malaysia, you will see someone very tall than you.
Yeah, of course.
Don't say in Malaysia, maybe in Singapore as well.
It's the same, man. Yeah. Some people might judge me. Oh, little boy, so cute. How old are you? Yeah, I'm older than you think. Anyway, talking about Taeyeon, yeah, she is.
Mhm.
She is still cute and beautiful. Coming from a Soyoung bias, she is.
Don't say it that way. All of us are so one. We are one. Why want to differentiate so much? For me, everyone also looks so pretty at this moment.
We have matured. After years and years, because oh my god, we would fight for our bias like Soyoung's the best. No, Taeyeon. No, Jessica. No. Now it's like, dude, relax. Everyone's the same.
We meditate too much already.
Yeah.
We meditate too much already to reach this point.
It's funny though. I mean, when it comes to because we were a fan of SNSD. Basically, we were so on 2008, 12 years ago, 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me laugh seeing the new guys, or basically the new K-pop stan or the new K-pop fans. When they were to stan all these groups, and they'll be like saying, "Oh, our group is better. Our group's much more better than." Then I'll be like, "Dude, relax, man. Everyone's the same." But those are all the young bloods. Oh my god, young bloods. Why am I referring to myself as an old person again?
Because you're saying yourself old, that is.
Yeah, I mean that is my opinion.
But seeing them this way at this wedding, not to forget, someone, a very old friend of ours, actually tweeted out this recently that the manager that is getting married in these pictures is actually the manager one of the first manager I can say, where Sohyun make a promise to the manager if they won Daesang years ago, he will stop smoking.
Oh, okay.
Which after the award show finished, after they got the Daesang, this is recorded inside a very old variety show where Sohyun confront the manager and say, "We have won Daesang, so keep your promise, stop smoking."
She has been I don't know. She's like that kind of person ever since then. Ever since she was young until now. That's what I see in her.
Wow, it was like a blast, man, when I see all of this happening. But with this, I can't say more. Anything else to add on these memories?
From 2007 to 2015 or 2016, there's a lot of memories that I have. Too much, and this podcast won't finish.
Yes, so we shall keep this topic for a special podcast show in a future time. You will see it coming. I will prepare it with Lucas in the future, where we may discuss on some of our fandoms that we are very into as a special podcast. Then we can discuss on what we like, what we don't like in that fandom. It may get dangerous for those of you who go and listen in the future, but do stay tuned for that. And for now, Lucas, do you have anything to add on to this?
Add on about the marriage?
SNSD, of course.
About SNSD, no. They're perfect from head to toe. About marriage, I got no comment. because I'm not married. I'm still single. No.
Then do you want to become another Josh and fly to Korea just to get Suyong? If you know who I mean.
Should I?
If you do, we will stop this podcast and you go and I will never meet you again.
Oh no, man! You'll always be my bro. Can't leave me. I can't leave you.
Oh, now I feel scary. Oh, why are you like this?
We are not that kind of thing. We go way back. We go way back.
And this way back, like I said, we will discuss it on a future podcast when the times come.
Mhm.
Okay, with him saying that, I will like to make a short announcement to anyone who are listening currently. We are currently preparing to launch our YouTube channel for this podcast as well. So do stay tuned for that. And I will be doing an unboxing video as well for you guys to watch. And the first album for sure will be Twice. The second album, I'm not so sure. Maybe it will be Twice again. But I'll see how it goes. But most of the time, I think I'll just do Twice merch unboxing only. But other than that, we will upload our podcast at the same time as how we upload our podcast on everywhere else. So do stay tuned.
Yep.
We are still working on pushing out our podcast to other podcast website. So currently we are available on Spotify. If you have a chance, do give us a listen on Spotify if you can't find Anchor. And not to forget, before we end this podcast here, shall we end here, Lucas?
Yeah, I think we should end here, and I think we've done a great job tonight.
Oh, he's saying a great job because just a hint for you guys, first episode was a disaster. As much as that.
It was not totally a disaster. It was okay. Don't overreact. It was okay. It was better than the first one. So it's fine. I mean, it's fine for me.
Okay then, before we end everything, like how I said during the first episode, be aside and challenge yourself, as everyone's timing is different when it comes to dreams. Lucas, any last words?
Any last words? This is a saying from me that I always hold on to. Do what you want to do what you believe in. Don't look back, go forward. That's all.
Alright, so before we end this show, just a hint for you guys on the next show. We will be bringing back what we promised you guys during the last episode, the documentary analysis, or should I say discussion on Sister Light. So next week, we're bringing you one episode as how the episodes are released, or maybe a heads up on the spoiler of that week, just for fun. As well as we will bring one of the songs of Sizzling Versus, which goes along as one of the Oppa of Twice in JYP Entertainment, I would say. That would be a nice hint. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. Challenge yourself. Be aside. That's all. So, ending words. Thank you.
Thank you.
Annyeong.